So what do we learn this week about blue-white unstable Bogles? And as much as I hate to say this because it's Bogles, the deck was actually really good. So we played a competitive league, which is the most competitive daily events there are on Magic Online, and we went 4-1. We beat every real deck we played. For some reason, I don't understand why, while we were 3-0 in a competitive league, we ran into an opponent on a True Alarm combo, which we just did not have an answer for, and they just comboed us off. So it was a very odd pairing to run into that, especially since our opponent was apparently like 0-1 or something at the time, while we were 3-0. But we beat Grixis Death Shadow twice, we beat Death and Taxes, we beat Titan Shift. So overall, the deck was very, very strong, and I have to say, it was actually sort of fun to be on this side of the Bogles match. It's miserable when you're on the other side, and you're the one that's consistently chump blocking when you know you can't win to a 20-some power hexproof lifelinking blah 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 creature. So it's miserable from the other side, but on this side, when you're actually playing the Bogles and making the 20 power hexproof creature that's gaining you a ton of life and whatnot, it's actually kind of fun to play Bogles. So I was pretty impressed with the deck overall. The most impressive part was how it really shored up the bad matchups for green-white Bogles. So green-white Bogles, the problem is you lose to combo decks, you lose to certain removal spells. Being blue-white, even though it slows the deck down a little bit, you don't get rankers, you don't get more one-drop Bogles. It does slow the deck down just a smidge. You make up for that by having Stubborn Denials and Spell Pierces along with some more counters in the sideboard, and I think that there were at least one or two matchups that we wouldn't have won if we were green-white Bogles. I'm not sure we would have beat Death Shadow twice if we were green-white, and we definitely would not have beaten Titan Shift in the last round. Having Stubborn Denials and Spell Pierces were the only reason we were able to beat Titan Shift. We certainly 100% would have lost if we were green-white Bogles. So I'm very impressed with how this actually fixes some of the biggest problems that green-white Bogles has. Just with the counter spell, Stubborn Denial was so good. Of course, the downside is the deck is a little bit less powerful. We definitely had some games where we struggled to draw into big auras because, like I said, you don't have the rankers, you don't have the good green boosting enchantments, which are actually pretty helpful. Instead, we're more likely to have kind of a smaller Boggle most of the time unless we draw our Ethereal Armors and Daybreak Coronets. And then we're kind of looking to go a little bit longer, but the plan actually worked, and the amount that Stubborn Denial improved the deck, I think more than makes up for the fact that the deck is a bit slower, and the unblockability is super key. If our Bogles are going to be a little bit smaller and not be as fast of a clock directly, then we make up for that by making sure we get in damage every time with the Griff Spoon, with Invisible Stalker in general, with Aqueous Form, so it's very likely that our big creature can't be blocked, which makes it much easier to close out the game faster, even though our Boggle isn't quite as big as if we were green-white. So overall, I don't even know if there's much to change about this deck. It just seemed to work really well. We beat all the tier matchups we ran into. Like I said, we were in a competitive league, which is why we had the duplicate matchup. Sorry about that, but that's like the cost, I guess, of playing a competitive league is occasionally you run into the same deck twice. At least if we're going to run into the same deck, it might as well be Grixis Death Shadow because that's kind of the best deck or one of the top 3 decks or something in Modern. So it's nice to know that we actually can beat the best deck in Modern semi-consistently because we did it twice in this league. So overall, I was super impressed, and I was surprised by how much fun I was having playing it. I went into it thinking, oh man, this is going to be miserable, but actually playing it was pretty fun. There was more play to the deck than I thought, and that might also be one of the upsides of being blue instead of green, is you have the counter spells, you have a little bit more play to the deck. When green-white, you kind of feel like all you do is play the hexproof creature, all you do is slam an enchantment on it. If that's good enough, awesome. If it's not good enough, well, oh well, what can you do about it? There's actually some amount of play thanks to the Stubborn Denials, thanks to the Spell Pierces, some of the sideboard cards. So it kind of felt, while we were still making our opponents miserable with huge hexproof creatures that are really hard to interact with, there was, I think, more decision-making involved in the blue-white build than the green-white build because of the counterspells in specific. So all around, not much to say bad about this deck, not much to change about this deck. It was sweet. I really think it solves a lot of green-white Bogles' big problems in the combo matchups and the control matchups. Stubborn Denial takes care of sweepers and Lilianas and fast combo kills from Storm. So if you're going to play Bogles in Modern, I think I would definitely recommend going towards blue-white over green-white in our current format. I think it's really necessary if you want to play the Bogles deck. We played green-white Bogles a while ago now, and we didn't have any success with it at all. Then we played this build, and because of the counters, we had a ton of success. So overall, it was fun. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed playing it, and it seemed super competitive. Like 4-1 in a competitive league is a really solid record. So anyway, that's been our Much Abrew About Nothing for this week. Blue-white Unstable Bogles for Modern. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.